Good morning and welcome to Wednesday's Pause for Thought by Father David. I'm Chair of Trustees of an ecumenical Christian charity called Grassroots Luton. The charity works with churches and faith communities in Luton, promoting community cohesion, peace and reconciliation. There's a global perspective to our work, as Luton is made up of communities of people from all over the world. We're a much respected charity in Luton and beyond, and have won numerous awards for the groundbreaking and cutting-edge work we've done. Our trustees come from a variety of church backgrounds: our own Diocese of St Albans, the Roman Catholic Diocese of Northampton, the Methodist and United Reformed churches. Our Catholic trustees' full-time job is with CAFOD, the Catholic Church's international development charity. I've been keeping in touch with our fellow trustees, and a few days ago I received an interesting email from our Catholic trustee, which made me stop and think, and which I hope is a valuable theme for today's Pause for Thought. It's interesting how news coverage in newspapers, television and radio is almost totally devoted to the coronavirus pandemic in the United Kingdom and certain other countries in the world. However, in the email I received from our CAFOD trustee, I was reminded of the magnitude of challenges CAFOD personnel, and indeed personnel of other aid agencies like Christian Aid, are having to face in many parts of the world. There are many people and communities across the world for whom the virus is and will be utterly devastating, more devastating than anything we are having to face in the United Kingdom. These are forgotten people. Do you remember the Rohingya people? Do you remember the Syrian refugees? Do you remember the people of Zimbabwe and South Sudan, once in the news headlines? Do you remember the war-torn country of Afghanistan? Do you remember the Yemen? I could continue adding to the list of forgotten peoples and countries, but not entirely forgotten because of the work of aid agencies such as CAFOD and Christian Aid. Our CAFOD trustee reminded us that many people have no access to water to wash their hands regularly. It's impossible for people in refugee camps to self-isolate. There's a lack of oxygen and ventilator equipment. People take risks with COVID-19 if it means that or starvation, and abuse is prevalent. CAFOD's director, Christine Allen, says the potential of the pandemic across Africa, Asia, Latin America and the Middle East, as well as refugee and displaced populations, is frightening. This is Christian Aid Week, and the need to support its work is perhaps greater than ever. Today, we can pause to think about the forgotten people of the pandemic. We can pause to pray for all affected by the virus throughout the world. We can consider donating to Christian Aid's Coronavirus Emergency Appeal. Just log on to its website to find out how best to donate. Let us also remember all those aid workers often putting their own lives and health at risk in seeking to bring hope and healing to countless communities and peoples. St. Paul, in his letter to the Thessalonians, says this: "Never stop praying. Whatever happens, always be thankful. This is how God wants you to live in Jesus Christ." So to end today's pause for thought, let us keep our sights firmly fixed on our ultimate hope, God, and pray a prayer of Teresa of Avila. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things are passing away. God never changes. Patience obtains all things. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices.